I'm Shanta Devarajan. I'm the Chief Economist of the Middle East and North Africa region of the World Bank. At the plenary session today, I talked about the economics of social justice. Countries around the world have enshrined in their constitutions freedom of universal education, universal health, access to water, and all of these are intended to help poor people. But what happens is that it's poor people who are usually the ones who don't have access to health, access to education and water. And the reason for this is that we've made a mistake. We've assumed that governments have to finance and provide all of these services like health, education, and water. But governments have limited resources and have limited capacity. And with limited resources, there's a separate theory in economics that says government should spend on two things: public goods and redistribution. But when governments try to provide education for everybody, they're actually providing private goods alongside public goods. And what happens is that the non-poor are capturing this expenditure because it's a huge rent to them. So that's why you have people from the richest quintile dominating the universities, the free universities, or 33% of the public spending on health going to the richest quintile in India. And given that governments have limited capacity, you also have the problem that the money that is intended for these poor people often leaks, and the quality of the service is very poor because governments can't make sure that teachers show up. So you have an absentee rate of teachers in India of 25%, or they can't make sure that doctors are present in the clinic. Now, this is a political problem as much as an economic problem because these resources and the system has been captured by the non-poor who will resist any attempt to reform it. And that's why I think the way we need to deal with this system is to provide poor people with the information so that they can bring pressure to bear on the system and bring about reform from below. And also, I think instead of subsidizing all these different factors, which force people to consume those goods in order to receive the subsidy, we should give them cash and let them make the choice. And then we can really empower poor people.